good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden and Home. Well, I wanted to try something else, so I decided to do some propagation of a rose bush that I have in the front. And I want to just show you a little bit of that. And also, I wanted to propagate the fig tree that I have there. I want some more fig trees in the yard. So I don't know the name of this rose, but I purchased it from QVC, and it was on its own roots when I planted it. It wasn't a bare root rose, and it's really beautiful. I'm thinking very much of propagating it and putting it in another part of the garden. This year it has really showed up. In the past I thought it had died back and that I wouldn't have it, but now it is just so beautiful. It makes me want to have more of it. I don't think it is a Queen Elizabeth, and I don't know what it is. As I said, I bought it a while back before I really started thinking about flowers. But I do and really would like to have it someplace else in the garden. Right here I have this rose bush, and I would love very much to propagate it. So what I'm going to do is cut it back and plant out some of these stems here. I really want to have more of it, and this rose is a rose that is growing on its own rootstock, so I know that it will be authentic, and that I won't get something different, and that it can handle it. But isn't this a beautiful rose? I think it's so pretty. Oh, look at that. And it's tucked back here. I don't want to move it and dig it up from here, so what I'm going to do is propagate it. So this rose bush has a really nice stem here, and I'm going to cut it down deeply. I'm going to cut right about here, right above this that leaf. I'm going to cut into it. Yeah, so this is a really good piece here. I'm gonna cut another one. Let's see. It has a piece over here, but that looks a little bit, this looks like fresh wood here. So I'm going to cut it here. So I think I have a good chance of being successful with this. So let me take it in and propagate it. It's right over there. So I have it here, the rose, and I cut it off, and this is the piece that I'm going to stick in here. So what I'm going to do is pull off these side stems, or excuse me, leaves here, like that, and this one here. It's kind of hard doing it one-handedly. Yeah, but I'm going to pull it off. It's kind of thick. Oh, so there we go. And they also recommend taking off the thorns. So I'm going to pull off some of those thorns as well. And then stick it in this pot. So let me do that. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just pull off the thorns like that. Kind of scruff up this side here. And I think I want it to also go down to that node as well. So that one came off very good. Let's do another one. I think I'm going to snip off this one as well. And then with this leaf, I'm only going to, I think I'll leave a portion of this leaf, or maybe even snip off a piece of that leaf as well. So they do recommend kind of scuffing up. They do recommend scuffing it up a bit, so that's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to put it in the powder here. And this is root boost rooting hormone. So I put the rooting hormone on it, and I'm going to just push it gently into this medium here. And then I'm going to just firm it in. I'm going to add some more soil too, because I want it to come up fairly high. And I think I'm going to just clip off this top leaf here, but leave that leaf there. So I put in 1, 2, 3, 4 stems in, and this is what it looks like. I'm going to get something to cover it with to create that greenhouse effect, and then I have to find a cool location to put it, and I think I'm going to put it right here on the deck, probably right in that corner over there with the other plants. That way I can monitor it and just leave it there and let it gain its roots, and we'll see what happens. And if 1 or 2 of them, or all 1, 2, 3, 4 of them root, that will be fantastic. I think I'm going to just leave them all together here like this, and let it be one big plant. I'm excited. I found this plastic cover that I had with a cake. It was covering a cake. And so I'm going to use it like this to create this beautiful protective space for these roses. I think they came out pretty nice. So now I just have to find the right spot, a cool spot for them. I'm trying different methods and ways of producing fig trees. Now you know that I have one up in the corner garden there, and that one was from digging up trying to dig up the fig tree. There was a little root left, and I was able to then pot it up and then place it in a nice secure location where it was able to grow on, and then I moved it up there. But I want to try and propagate some from cuttings, so I cut some of the figs branches off and put it in water. But also I know of after a rainy day and when it's moist and so forth, that if you stick the branch in the ground, that it might root on its own too. So I'm trying that out also over in the same area where I put the rose cuttings, the rose cuttings that I'm propagating there too. So I'm experimenting a lot in the garden, and I love this idea of cloning or reproducing more of the plants that I love in the garden through propagation. So let's take a look at that, and I wanted to share it with you. I propagated that rose bush, and I put it right here under this tree so that it can sit here, and hopefully it will all work out well. I also have some other things here, some tomatoes and things that I'm just testing out, but it's there and I'm hoping that it will work. Also back here I have my raspberry bushes, and it is growing. It likes it here. I even have a few raspberries that are coming in. I don't know how that's going to turn out, but I do have these raspberries. And then also I have this. Now I was trying something out here with the fig tree, and I just stuck it in the ground, and the leaves, some of the leaves have quit. So what I think I'm going to do is I'll pull off those leaves that are wilted and leave it in the ground here, see what happens, see if I can get a fig tree right there. So that's an experiment. And then here is my other raspberry bush, and it seems to be doing just fine here. This one is supposed to be the thorny one, and it is the orange gold, I think. I left the pot there so that I can reference it, but yeah, it's back here. But this is exciting because I want to try out and see if I can just root this in. It's just a piece of fig that I cut off from the major mother fig tree. It was very moist and rainy, and I just scruffed up the bottom, stuck it in the ground here, and I want to see if it will root on its own. So that's an experiment. But what I'm going to have to do is get rid of, I think, the wilted leaves here. I'm going to get my cutters, and this leaf here seems to be doing pretty well there, so I'll leave that one on, and maybe it will leaf out on its own again. Who knows? Let's try it out and see. So here is this fig tree branch, and so what I'm going to do is just clip off these leaves, cut it back so that it doesn't have to work so hard. Now, I don't know if this is really going to work, but hey, we can give it a try. I think definitely cutting off some of these leaves will help it. And I think I need to actually water it in more. That looks better already. Look at all this other stuff, this bramble. I am going to leave some of the smaller leaves here on it. And what I do need to do is water it in. Because I think if it gets some really good water, that it may bounce back. It might actually root. Let me take this off here. It's not good. So I think that's good enough there. And just really watering it in will help it. And it should catch itself. It'd be so nice to have another fig tree back here. Let me get some water. So I have been allowing myself to gather rainwater, and I allowed this to stay actually over there where I have the tomato growing there, to have rainwater here. And what I'm going to do is take this water, this fresh water, and water that plant in. So I'm going to pour it in here. This will be easier to carry. But more and more, I want to start to collect fresh water for my plants. Rainwater. So that will keep it moist, and we will just see. For some reason, I believe that it's going to root, and I'm going to have another fig tree right here. Well, if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. And for more videos, because I'm going to follow up and let you see what is happening with the propagated rose and with the figs. And I'm hoping to also do some more exploring of propagating the figs, as well as the hydrangea. I did that with the hydrangeas, and I've been successful with propagating hydrangeas through hydrangea cuttings. So I want to continue to just add to the garden and see the garden explore and multiply and be full and abundant. And so for you to know what I'm doing, you need to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more videos. And I really appreciate your presence here with me at Catherine's Garden and Home, where we Grow, 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 grow together in Catherine's garden and home. Come on and grow, 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 grow together, Catherine's garden and home. Well, have a great day. And see you next time, right here at Catherine's Garden and Home. Grow, 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 grow together, Catherine's Garden and Home. Come on and grow, 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 grow together, Catherine's Garden and Home. For more videos, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time right here in Catherine's Garden. Bye.